In this Bible story, David and Goliath for children. Several years had passed since David was anointed by Samuel. King Saul and his army were once again fighting the Philistines. When David arrived at the Israelite camp, things began to change. The Philistines were a warlike people who lived along the Mediterranean coast just west of Israel. The Philistines continually raided Israelite territory and tried to expand their national borders to include the western hill country of Israel. The Philistines had a tremendous advantage over Israel because they controlled the iron industry. Most of the iron that was mined, smelted, and used for weapons was controlled by the Philistines. This meant that swords and other iron weapons were often in short supply in Israel. During this particular encounter, the Philistines appeared to have another advantage over Israel. They had a giant. Goliath was over 9 feet tall. Not only was he huge, but the armor Goliath wore protected him from most harm. This is truly a story of contrasts. Goliath was an experienced warrior, David was a shepherd. Goliath was huge, David was small. The giant wore armor, the boy refused to wear armor. The warrior carried a sword, a spear, and a shield. The shepherd carried a staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones. Goliath scoffed at the God of Israel. David trusted the God of his fathers. When the dust of the battle settled, it was apparent to all that the superhuman strength of the giant Goliath was not an advantage over the almighty power of the God of Israel. As we admire David's heroic courage, we need to remember that it was the God of Israel who enabled him to overcome Goliath. This is the same God who is with us today. When we trust in Him, God can enable us to overcome our giants too.